Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to the greatest show on the face of the earth. It is the LeVar Walker Show podcast coming to you guys midday. It's the middle of the day. I'm going to try to do these earlier because I've been so inconsistent. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I get up in the morning and do them like on the morning on Wednesday, then I can go back and edit and do what I need to do. But before I go any further, just comment in the comments, man. Let me know y'all can hear me. Hopefully, can y'all hear me on Instagram? Shut your ass up, Trap Hip Hop 96, nigga. Yeah, I'm in my 50s waiting for viewers. And so what? Why you gonna say something that hateful? Why you gonna say something? There's somebody on it. I'm 48. Well, I might as well. You could wrap it up to 50. Y'all can hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me before I start talking. And then people pop up and say nobody can hear me. Today's episode is being brought to us by Aqua 4. If you ashy, throw some Aqua 4 on your skin, man. Get you back shiny, get you back right. Y'all can hear me though. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, bet. Okay, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of LeVar Walker Show podcast. We're in the building. You are in the building. Before I get started, listen, I'm on my way to Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend at Duckworth's Comedy Club. Duckworth's Comedy Club. Come in there, get your funny on, man. I got a few tickets left. Not a whole lot of tickets are left, man. Charlotte is showing up and showing out. So it's looking like this event will sell out. So I'm telling y'all, get the tickets. I'm not just saying that. You can go to my website, levarwalker.me, to get those tickets. That's scrolling across the bottom. We got 2 shows Friday and 2 Saturday, and then I'm bringing my ass home. Sitting here right now a little bit sore. I did play golf. My first game of golf the other day. Shout out to B-Tuck. Comedian B-Tuck and Brian took me out to my first game of golf. Only played 9 holes, and I learned a lot. You know, I've been out there on the driving range, slapping the ball around. Love it. It's quite peaceful, very, very calming because I need to center my mind. It'd be a lot of shit on my mind trying to do this comedy thing, trying to keep the wheels rolling on this. So I need somewhere to go to silence all the noise. So it was on the driving range. Looked pretty on the range. I'm beautiful, you know what I mean? Looking good. You feeling good. But man, I got on that green. I couldn't hit shit. I couldn't hit nothing. Do you hear me? I must have shot 30 over par. And in golf terms, if you don't know what golf is, you know, each course, when you go on the course, each hole has like a par 4, meaning you should complete that hole with 4 shots. So on the 9 course hole, it was like a 35 par. You should, you should be a little bit under, a little bit over, but I know I must have shot a 60. So it's cool. I'm back getting better because I was twisting, right? Like I didn't realize how painful it'll be. I'm out there twisting wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really focus on the game, hitting the ball. Lost a couple of my balls, couldn't find them. So it's what it is, but I'm here today. We got a lot of things to discuss, man. I laid some stuff out. Number one, Beyonce, they have found the person that stole her tapes. The person that broke, the crackhead that broke into her van and stole her unreleased music has been found. The Atlanta Police Department must have assigned a special section to Beyonce's van and getting that unreleased music retrieved. Even though most of us in Atlanta who have gotten our cars broken into, you know, it's just what it is. You file insurance claim. They're not sending anybody for regular people. And unfortunately, I just think this was just a waste of resources and tax dollars. I get it. I know she's Beyonce. But there's a lot of shit unsolved in Atlanta right now. There are a lot of homicides unsolved. There are bodies in the streets. But for whatever reason, I get it. I guess this unreleased music was way more important than the bodies in the streets and the people who have been robbed, shot, I guess the music, that unreleased music, where they made those cops, and I wish one of those cops would call in. They assigned a special unit to get this guy right here. Let me pull him up. This is who they got. They got this guy. He stole the unreleased music. I don't know why he didn't put it out. Might as well have put it out. You know, if this is me, right? If I'm Beyonce, or if I'm some big artist, the guy steal it, I would want him to leak it. I think if he would have leaked it, it would be like the stolen tapes, and then it's out, and then people go crazy for that. It would seem like a very interesting way to just release the music, but they've locked him up. So, like, you know what I mean? Now he got to be in jail. This nigga in general population talking about, yeah, what you in for, man? I stole Beyonce tapes out the car, man. I stole the tapes. I busted the window out. I took the music. I had the music. That's why I'm here. I don't even know if this guy even knew how to work the computer. It's just really sad. I think it's a total waste. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all will be in y'all feelings about that debate. The beehive can come sting me all they want, but it's just what it is. We need these resources for other things in the community. And, you know, it's shit happening. No, Yellow Peas. I was not talking about Pimp C. I don't know anything about the tapes you're talking about. I'm talking about the tapes that the crackhead stole. That's your welcome to Atlanta, though. You come here, you supposed to get your car broken, and they breaking in your shit. They're going to retrieve some goods. Somebody broke in my car. I got a good. Well, I've been here a while. Somebody got me years ago. This was for the release of the movie about Nate Parker, about the slave revolt. So I went to see that at a black movie theater off Camp Creek, had on the dashiki. Okay. I watched the movie. It was a good movie, went midday, and came back out. Niggas and broken my car, took all my shit out. And I'm going to the movie for my people. I'm like, yeah, right on. Black powers, suckers, jive turkey, all that shit. And I'm proud of the community, proud of my people, proud of my heritage. Them niggas took everything. And it was Christmas for them because I left an MCM bag in there. I had an iPad mini in there, a Louis Vuitton belt, so a brand new pair of Timberland boots because I was doing skits. Matter of fact, I did this skit about some Timberland boots way back in the day, but they got my ass. Do you think they sent any special investigation team to try to retrieve my shit? No. As a matter of fact, this might be the nigga that got me. Who knows? I mean, I highly doubt it, but it could possibly be this guy right here. But typically, they don't do that. You get your car broke into in Atlanta, they go give you a pat on the back. You call 911, they ain't coming. They ain't even coming for regular people. So we are getting to a point in the community, in our nation, where you're going to have to pay for your own protection, probably your own police force. That's where we're going. Because just being a regular person, they're not coming. All right? I'm gonna tell y'all the story. When my shit got broken in, I come out the theater, glasses on the floor. They took everything. They didn't retrieve my gun. Fortunately, my gun was still under the seat. They took everything. I said, another brother, they broke in his car. Okay, so of course, we trauma bonded out there. Talk for a good 40 minutes. I called the police. I called 911. This really happened. I called 911. The girl picked up the phone and said, 911, how may I help you? I was like, yeah, I'm out here at Camp Creek movie theater. Somebody broke my car. Okay, sir, that is East Point. This is Atlanta police. I said, ma'am, I was taught to call 911. I don't know the exact number to the exact precinct that I'm supposed to call. Okay, I've been robbed. The window's broken. They're gone. They took all my stuff. Well, hold on, because I'm going to have to transfer you to East Point. Pern. It said East Pern. Elevator music is playing. I waited for 20 minutes. I'm talking to this guy, man, bro, they got me too. We talking, we doing our trauma bonding thing. Music play, 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 play. Finally, somebody picked up. Each parent, I may help you. I said, wait a minute, did I just talk to you? Yes, you did, sir, but we gotta work. I said, my God. I said, please send somebody. Please, baby, just send somebody out here. I don't want to go back and forth with you. This is a rough day. They done took all my shit. So we waited another 40, 50 minutes. The police finally came. So in Atlanta, if you get shot or robbed, this is who you need to call. Call Jimmy John's, because Jimmy John's will show up way quicker than the police. Just call Jimmy John's and get you a fucking sandwich, okay? Because they'll show up with it, because 911 is not coming. Shout out to everybody on Instagram too, once again. And shut up, trap hip hop, talking about I'm in my 50s, talking like a YN. Speaking of YNs, you know, I speak a lot about YNs, and YNs do scare me, but these young white boys are starting to scare me even more. Okay, these young white boys ain't playing out here. They are out here really, they are really taking people out, if you know what I mean. This is about the third one we've had since this whole Charlie Kirk incident. You know, you had the Luigi Mangione, Charlie Kirk. We even had the guy to take out Trump. Now, the YNs are scary, but I need to let y'all know, if you are outside at any rally, yeah, the YCs, the young crackers, if you are outside at any rally and you see a young white boy walking with what appears to be a golf bag or some type of gym equipment or any big object, okay? And he asks you, hey, if he comes up to you and goes, hey, excuse me, do you know where roof access is? Listen, you need to tackle him or something, all right? You need to tackle him, because this is about the third time the young white boy is walking around with all this equipment and they just able to access the roof. Meanwhile, my black ass show up, it's a million questions. Excuse me, sir, do you have access? Who are you? What is this? And while they're harassing me or apprehending me, he's getting the roof access, okay? And, you know, it can be bad. That's all I'm saying. The man didn't deserve to go out, but I'm just saying, let's peel our eyes back. Let's just start questioning all the youth, okay? Because there is something nasty going on. I think this internet now is starting to radicalize these kids. Get your babies iPads, okay? Get those iPads, get those laptops. Go look and see what they're looking at. Is very important, because I don't know, but it could be some shit out there brainwashing our children. And even though most of our kids typically don't go outside, because kids don't really go outside no more, they get in there on the laptop, on the computer, they're really outside, right? Even though they're in the house, their digital bodies are in the world, in the wind. And they can talk to anybody. People get your baby's minds, it's a wrap. Like, I know my son, he's often on the chat, and he talks to his friends on his chat, on his iPad. They play the game. They talk like on the iPad, but then they also talk through the games, through the PlayStation. I can't even keep up with all this shit. I heard him talking to somebody. I heard a voice, and he go, what you say? And I run upstairs, say, who the hell you talking to? And fortunately, it was my dad. Boy, who you the hell you thought I was? I said, man, it is crazy out here. You know, because I had to tell my son, I said, you have to be careful who you talk to on here, because these people that trick you. You know, your kids in the room one minute, you see a white van pull up, they done jumped in the van, now your baby gone. Because they done manipulated the child to do some shit. It's wild. So check your children's computers, because this young man, whatever he went through, you know, who knows? He seemed to be a nice young man. But I'm going to say this about this shooter. Look, I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist, but this seems to be way bigger. This whole thing in regards to Charlie Kirk seems to be way bigger, and I think it's way above our pay grade. than we can even imagine. As a matter of fact, I have the let me pull this up.
On Discord from Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin hours before, after the murder, but hours before his father turned him in to authorities in Utah. This is Washington Post reporting on this at this point. Justice correspondent David Spunt joining me now live from Washington. Hi, David. What can you tell us?
Hi, Martha. About 2 hours before he was turned into authorities, this according to the Washington Post. We are working to independently confirm this as well. But the Washington Post says that Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old suspect charged in Charlie Kirk's murder, confessed. And I want to read this according to the Washington Post, writing on Discord, that social media chat group that the FBI says he used, quote, "Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this." This coming from the Washington Post. Now, this comes as DOJ officials began late last week and over the weekend looking at the potential for at least one federal charge. No guarantee they'll get there. A department spokesperson declined comment, but a source familiar said investigators are not ruling anything out at this time, especially his online gaming presence, his chats, as we just mentioned. Who was he talking to? What did he say? FBI Director Kash Patel said this earlier this morning. Watch.
He had a text message exchange, he, the suspect, with another individual, in which he claimed.
Is it just me? Why does Kirk Patel look like he just woke up every time? He looked confused. Look at him. He looked like, what's going on? He just looks tired. It looked like he just got off at 7-Eleven and he's exhausted. This whole time, this man is going through it.
That he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do it because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for.
This investigation is just begun. This isn't even the beginning of the beginning. You know, yes, we have a subject in custody. You know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty in our constitutional republic. However, this is not done by any stretch.
Patel also batting down criticism from some even on the right about his handling of the probe. He put out a social media post hours after Kirk died saying that there was a subject in custody only to be released, and he addressed that, saying that he could have worded it a little bit better. Today at the FBI, history was made when former Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey became the co-deputy director along with Dan Bongino. When we asked what this means, all parties involved on the record say this is a positive move for the Bureau. Martha.
I missed something. What did he say? He messed up on
right about his handling of the probe.
Just begun. This isn't even the beginning of the beginning. You know, yes, we have a subject in custody. You know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty in our constitutional republic. However, this is not done by any stretch.
Patel also batting down criticism from some even on the right about his handling of the probe. He put out a social media post hours after Kirk died saying that there was a subject in custody only to be released, and he addressed that, saying that he could have worded it a little bit better. Today at the FBI, history was made when former Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey became the co-deputy director along with Dan Bongino. When we asked what this means, all parties involved on the record say this is a positive move for the Bureau. Martha.
Now.
This sounds like a little suspect, and I'm going to have to agree with 32 Antoine. You know, so he does all this, hop on the roof, and then he runs back to confess in a Discord group. There's something really, really fishy about this, and I don't know. It's very, very weird. It is very, very weird. So I don't know, man. The people, you know, blessings up to that man and his family. I don't believe he should have lost his life. But it's something weird. There's something behind the scenes. This guy could have possibly been the president, they were saying. He pissed some certain group off. They're trying to speculate, and this could be the result of it, unfortunately. But then that was the old man they called who was trying to divert attention to let the shooter get that's wild. Then the old man was there. Then they looked like they had somebody signaling. This has all been a very, very creepy and weird thing. So I don't know. It's way above my pay grade. I don't want no trouble. So who knows? Who knows? And I want to pull up the alleged messages that they had shout out to everybody over there on Instagram watching. I want to pull up the alleged messages. Let me see. I think I could pull them up on here. Tyler Robinson. I hope y'all having a good day out there. Please, once again, don't forget, I'll be there soon. I'm gonna be there in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm gonna show y'all something I just pulled up on Twitter. Let me share the screen. Now let's take a look at this. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" And Robinson said, "I am still okay, my love. I'm still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long till I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you." It's the roommate. "You weren't the one who did it, right?" "I am. I'm sorry." Roommate: "I thought they caught the person." "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude that interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering." Why? Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. How long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing to my old man? This sounds weird. So after he takes this guy out, he's allegedly more concerned about not bringing a rifle back. Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember, I was engraving bullets. The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge ooh on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really effing sucks. This is ridiculous. This doesn't even sound real. Now somebody put this through Chat GPT. Wait a minute. Judging from today, I say Grandpa's gun does fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope. Delete this exchange. What? So he's sitting here like worried about the rifle? Delete this exchange. My dad. Oh, let me use my whiteboard. Delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Because the most important thing was me recovering my grandpa's rifle after a 200-yard shot. Now, somebody asked ChatGPT, could it be real? Could this be a real thing? So the verdict, could it be real? Possible. This is ChatGPT's, but very unlikely because of how detailed, staged, and incriminating it is. More likely, and this is ChatGPT, the AI responded, it's fabricated either by a human writing a mock transcript for dramatic effect or by AI prompted to generate a fake chat log about a violent event. The stylistic mix, slang plus expedition narrative flow lean toward AI assisted creation. So this is blowing up. This is blowing up. Okay. And listen, these types of cover-ups are very, very difficult to do in the times we're living in with artificial intelligence. We all got AI. We all, technology is kind of leveling the playing field, is leveling. But even though a lot of tech gods are getting more money, just unseen amounts of money, but this sounds totally fabricated. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. And we're going to have to get to the bottom of what really happened as a nation. It's very, very important. This ain't it. This is not it, guys. Let me take that down because I don't want to. That's on my Twitter account, and I don't want no porn popping up because porn be too heavy on Twitter. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, every time I got to go into the closet to open my Twitter app. And if I open on here, my whole account is shut down. They'd take everything from me. So, it's rather unfortunate, guys. This is rather unfortunate. We need to get to the bottom of this. Could it be that this man, and I just want to play, I want to really play like conspiracy theories, but could it be that Charlie Kirk could have been the next president of the United States? Because that's looking like what it was leaning toward. And it was just that the system said, nah, he is not a part of like some elitist organization. He's getting too big. We need to take him out. Could that be a possibility? I'm wondering. I think we at the point now where I think AI should run the country. I believe it is running the country because if y'all don't think that these people are not asking Gemini and ChatGPT the same questions we are, because at the end of the day, this technology is really just making us all just super, like we humans, like we just all real humans trying to figure stuff out because we have created and invented something 1,000 times smarter than we are. Something is trending going by the topic of King Trump. Oh, okay. The hell? Oh. Could y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that when I played that video? Y'all let me know if y'all could hear that when I played that video just now. I need y'all, chat. Chat, let me know if you heard that. You couldn't hear it? Okay. Let me see if I can do something real quick. All right. Y'all can still hear me though, I guess. But let me do something. All right. Tell me. Okay. Let me switch it. Did y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that now? Did y'all hear that? Let me know. Could y'all hear that? Yo, yo, yo. Chat. Help me out, chat. Damn, you still didn't hear that? That's wild. You heard it very faintly. I don't know what I need to do to damn. Some sound but no real audio. That's weird. It's just playing music. It's not nobody talking though. Let's see. All right. They saying Trump showed up to England like a king. I want to ride an horse and carriage. I want to ride an horse and carriage. That's Trump just riding through England. Yeah, let me remove this again. I'm just going to sit here and cover some news topics too. This is pretty cool. Y'all liking the show so far? Let me know if you're liking the show, chat. Let me know. Let me know if you're liking what I got going on here. Let me know if you're liking the show, y'all. Show your love, y'all. Hey. All right, cool. Okay. Let me go back to home. Check this out, y'all.
On the streets be talking. Mm-hmm.
So Cardi B, look, y'all, Cardi B has announced that she's pregnant. Let's take a look.
To start right away.
Yeah.
With, because the rumors on the streets be talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about.
Now, are y'all hearing that? Twan, let me know. Did you hear what they were saying? Did y'all hear what they were saying? Yo, did y'all hear what they were saying when I hit play? Did y'all hear that?
With the class.
Well, yes.
Did y'all hear that? All right, bet. So I'm gonna start it from the beginning. I'm just making sure. All right, here we go.
To start right away.
Yeah.
With, because the rumors on the streets be talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it.
Wait, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing again? Are they having sex all day? Is this what you're talking about? They keep getting it in.
And that's just how we both are.
You have a song on your new album. I can't wait for people to hear the new music, but there's a song called Safe.
Yeah.
Is he somebody that makes you feel safe?
Very safe. It both.
Oh, wow. This is very interesting. So Drea ahead, you say she has four baby daddies. Is that correct? Is it 4 baby daddies? Yo, shout out to Cardi. Shout out Cardi B. What a great example to the youth, to our children, to our daughters. 4 baby daddies. She's rapping, doing her thing. What a great example. Okay, give her a round of applause again. I mean, we talking about the pride of the community. 4 baby daddies, and I believe is Cardi B still married? Is she still married to what's his name? Oh, she got 4 kids and 2 baby daddies. 4 kids and 2 baby daddies. But let's go back to that point, because I'm trying to see what she said they were doing. Because they obviously getting it in. Let me see.
very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time.
That get it in, baby. Woo! They making that good love over there. They making that good love. You know, that man be working out all day, running up and down that field. He dropping that cement pole off in Cardi. That's right. He laying it down. And shout out to all the rap ladies. They getting with athletes now, man. They tired. They tired of niggas on drugs, half hard. They're tired. They want that strength. They want somebody with that lower body strength, them ab muscles. The check. They want. See, he don't stop. You know, he be playing ball all day, got all that conditioning. He running up and down in football field, got to be fast. He is tearing that up. He knocking that coin out of there. He knocking the Sonic the Hedgehog coins out of Cardi. So shout out to all the lot of rapper. Cash Dog got her a damn NFL baller. They not playing. They want somebody in shape, and I don't blame them because rap is dying. Rap is dying. Even Meg Thee Stallion got a good NBA player. I'm not mad at him because rap is done. It's cooked. Rap is cooked. Everybody's telling. Nobody listens to it. The songs now incoherent. They just blah, 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 blah. They're not saying anything. So these women are gone now. So the rappers, you're losing. You're losing to the streamers. You're losing to NFL players. You're losing to some comics. Not me, but some, especially the influencers. Shout out to Drewski. They're losing to Drewski and Desi. They're losing. They're losing. I never would have thought I would saw this in my 48 years of life. But yeah, shout out to Cardi. But is she, I'm going to ask y'all this chat, is she still married to, what's his name? I'm sorry. Is she still married to Offset? Is she still married to Offset? That's what I would want to know. Can somebody answer that for me? Is she still married? Let me ask Google. Is Cardi B still married to Offset? Okay. Well, she filed for the divorce. Is the divorce complete? So she filed. So the divorce is not complete. Okay. So I'm gonna show y'all something. And fellas, take notes. I want y'all to take notes on this. Okay. In the state of Georgia, I believe that that would be, since she's married to Offset, I believe that would be considered Offset's child legally, right? If my wife gets pregnant by another man in the state of, now, you know what? Let me ask ChatGPT. I'm tripping. Let me ask ChatGPT. Let's try that. Can it hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Listen, if my wife gets pregnant in the state of Georgia by another man while I'm married to her, is the child legally mine? Am I responsible for that child? Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see what this says. I'm going to blow this up. Let me blow this up for y'all. Okay. So in Georgia, there's a legal doctrine called presumption of legitimacy. If your wife is married to you and gives birth, the law presumes that you are the legal father of the child, regardless of biological paternity. That means you are automatically considered the legal father unless you take legal steps to challenge that presumption, such as requesting DNA tests and going to court. If you do nothing, you would likely be responsible for child support and other parental obligations, even if another man is the biological father. Do you hear that? This is law. This is Georgia law. However, the biological father, if known and proven, can be made legally responsible if you take action through the courts. Georgia courts may require genetic testing if paternity is disputed. Timing matters. If you don't contest paternity early, it can be very hard to undo later. Bottom line, in Georgia, if your wife gives birth while married to you, the child is legally presumed yours, and you will be responsible unless you legally challenge paternity in court. When I tell you, women, y'all got it all, okay? Yeah. Do y'all hear that in the state? I live in Georgia. Do you hear this? If my wife got knocked up by some other guy, I'm that baby's daddy, and I'm legally and financially responsible for that child. Let me tell y'all something. Only in America. Do you hear me? Now you heartbroken and you still got to pay child support. Y'all are winning. Y'all are winning in here. It is rough on the man. You see how it is? Yes, it's very rough on the man, LaTanya. Very rough. Because she could do him dirty. Nah, it's your baby. I don't give a fuck. Pay me my child support. Not to say she would do that, but she could do that. She could do that. Meanwhile, if the man, but what about, okay, let's ask ChatGPT, does it go the same way if the man goes out to get another woman pregnant? So let's ask Chat that. Let me see. Okay. So in the state of Georgia, if I'm a married man and I get another woman pregnant while I am married to my wife, is that child my wife's child? Would my wife be legally responsible for that child that I had with somebody else out of wedlock? Let's see. Okay. If you father a child outside of your marriage, that child, look at this. If I father a child outside of my marriage, that child is not presumed to be your wife's child. How about that? That's fucked up. The legal presumption of legitimacy only works one way. When a child is born to a married woman, the law presumes her husband is the father. Do y'all hear this? This is law. But if a married man fathers a child with another woman, his wife has no legal relationship or responsibility to that child. She is not considered the child's parent under Georgia law, and she would not owe child support or have custody visitation rights. The people legally tied to that child would be the biological mother, the woman you had the child with, the biological father. You once established or acknowledged legally. So women are protected by laws from accountability. Do y'all see this, man? Do y'all see this shit? Y'all think, look, I know people go to transition. People that are transitioning to a man, y'all need to go over this. Y'all need to, ladies that are transitioning. It's very hard being a man, baby. You might want to rethink that. And that's why we got a lot of people retransitioning, because they go to the other side as a man and see how unfair it is. And they go back. And hell, I don't blame them. Look at Linda. You ain't right, Linda, talking about it makes sense to you. Y'all know that shit ain't fair. I'm working my ass off, take care of my wife. Now she done got pregnant and I'm the damn baby daddy. She done got pregnant by somebody, another seed, and I got to take care of that, man. Come on, man. We discovered a lot today. We discovered a lot. Yeah, I know, man. Shout out to all the stud homies. Just stay a stud. Don't go all the way because the laws are not set up for you to win. Society doesn't care about you when you're a man. So anybody that's transitioned, hey, welcome to hell. Okay? Because nobody cares. I'm going to keep moving along. A question was asked, and this is in regards to stand-up comedy. As you guys know, I am a stand-up comedian. I've been doing comedy 20 years. I'm a comedian. I know people that see me pop up. I'm talking crazy online. We have to do that in order to get the engagement so you at least know my face because nobody is watching television or film anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. You know, at the end of the day, if you are doing television movies, kudos to you. Take your money and save it and invest that money and put it into yourself and get into your audience because nobody, 9 times 10, these people are just not watching these shows. Television and film is a racket at this point. People would rather watch this, right? Like what I'm doing. But anyway, been a comic 20 years. A question was asked, are the comedians touring and doing the big theaters about how much do they make, right? So like if you do a 10,000 seater at just $1 a ticket, you would feel like that comic will make $10,000, but that's not the case. The comic is probably getting maybe 50% of that. You know what I mean? Because they tax on expenses. They put a lot of shit in there. And if you have a Live Nation deal, you're really in trouble. So here's a guy talking about his Live Nation deal. And we see these artists touring. You think they're just printing money, but they starting to put artists in 360 deals or these fucked up deals just for live performances. So I put this up. So check this out.
In my career,
Lord, hold on. Let me switch my sound thing again. Let me switch it. Okay. Let me put this up.
people at Jones Beach. I mean, it was like the height of everything for me.
Hold on.
I got to a place in my career, we sold out 10,000 people at Jones Beach.
All right. I started over. So this guy's talking about Joe Bellion. He's a touring act for Live Nation. And now y'all get to see how these breakdowns work. So even though, like, you know what I mean? I get it. Beyonce touring, but they get him an upfront deal and they got to recoup all that shit. Like, listen to this. Just listen to this.
I got to a place in my career, we sold out 10,000 people at Jones Beach. I mean, it was like the height of everything for me, and it was right around the time I figured out how my Live Nation contract worked. And it was right around the time I figured out how my record deal actually worked.
And how did that make you feel?
It was like panic attacks. It was like, oh my gosh, if A plus B equals C, I'm never gonna pay this back. I'm gonna be on the road 11 months a year just trying to pay back. Live Nation, they're getting everybody coming 12 ways, 12 times a Tuesday.
Are you with Live Nation?
No, I paid myself out of the deal. And then I had to pay 25% extra on what they advanced me. When you figure that out on the road and you're thinking, man, why did we buy 300 rolls of toilet paper? Why do we have to spend this much on catering every day? Wait a second, what? In my contract it says,
because it's not their money,
you gotta spend this much on catering and it comes out of my pocket?
Yeah.
But then I have to pay an advance back? And by the way, the advance that you have to give me is only on hard ticket sales. So the concept's called peanuts, parking, and alcohol. When I sell out 10,000 people at Jones Beach, the person who buys a $20 hot dog, I don't see a dime of that. The person who buys $40 for parking, I don't see a dime of that. And the person who buys $20 vodka and Red Bull, I don't see a dime dime of that. And then you advance me $1 million and tell me I'm rich to then find out that you're making $4 million a night. It takes me 36 shows to pay back the $1 million you advanced me.
It's a loan.
It's a fake loan.
It's a fake loan that it's like, we're going to give you a loan so you can make our money off of your creation.
And then it hit me, oh my gosh, they own all the venues. It's a monopoly. So then now they just want my body in this room so they can sell food and alcohol. So then they're going to make tons of money. And then they got me like schlepping around the United States talking about, I want to be famous. So when you figure that out, Joe Schmo pays $20 for a hot dog and I don't see that. And if I'm only making my advance back on hard ticket sales, that means I have to sell out every single venue in order to not go in the red, because I'm only paying my advance back on hard ticket sales. And by the way, they reserve the right in the contract to put the tickets on sale. So when it's $100 a ticket and they do their summer blowout sale, the tickets are only $10. So instead of me paying back $90 a ticket, right before I go on tour, they drop a John Bellion sale and the tickets are only $10.
That is a whole slave deal. Do y'all see? Now y'all see this money behind entertainment. So like, as he was saying, they give him $1 million advance. So they like, it's like, okay. And we're going to use LaTanya. Shout out to LaTanya for responding. So LaTanya's a wonderful artist. She's a singer. And I'm like, LaTanya, you killing out here. So basically, I'm going to give you a $1 million advance. And we're going to do 10. We'll do 10 cities. We'll start out with 10 cities. I'm giving you a $1 million upfront. Now that $1 million upfront, they're expensing you. So that little green room with the M&Ms, I'm charging you them M&Ms. You could mark shit up. This is accounting. This is what they do. A bag of M&Ms, $50. One bag. That's a $50 bag of M&Ms. That Red Bull we put in there, that's $47 a can. You see what I'm saying? The catering guy, oh, we paid him $75,000. So they putting all these expenses on you to where at the end of the night, when you go in there off hard ticket sales, of you sold, let's say 1,000 tickets at, let's say you sold 1,000 tickets, so it's $10,000. Yeah, you did well. Great. You sold it out. It's 10 grand. Oh, but once we get with the green room expenses, we had to get those M&Ms. You wanted the Red Bull. You needed that food, that catering, that cost us. So we got to back that expense out. That's $8,000. You see what I'm saying? So now you only made $2,000. We got to figure this out, LaToya. We got to do more dates. We got to add more dates because we have to break even because we're in the red. Now, the sad part is this. The M&Ms that they told you was $50, they're buying the shit from Sam's and Costco. Okay? They have a company to buy the M&Ms from Sam's and Costco. So once I back out that $8,000, that's profit on my books for my catering company. So now as an artist, you're a slave. I'm raising an eyebrow from this. Got to raise an eyebrow on Beyonce, man. She shouldn't be working that hard if they listen. I'm sorry. Let's just call it a buck. She shouldn't be working that hard and they billionaires, bro. She should not be touring like that and they billionaires. If they really got it, I don't see why she touring like that, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's like they got to get on the phone like, yo, we need a tour. We need an upfront $200 million. And Live Nation go, no problem. And they cutting her that check. They doing that up front, man. And they got to recoup that. And then, like he said, to buy yourself out of the deal, they charge that man 25%. So if they gave him $1 million up front, he had to buy himself out the deal for $250,000. That's slavery. That is slavery, bro. You can't, bro. As an artist now, it's so fucked up because what I'm seeing, and I love doing stand up, I love traveling, but as an artist, because it's hard for a comedian, like right now in comedy is growing, but you got only so many at the top that really eat, that sell 2 or 3 weeks in advance. They're selling out, shit moving fast. But Live Nation step in there, hey man, you signing a deal with the devil. So now, and like they said, Live Nation owns all the venues, they own all that shit. So now, as an artist, not only you got to be a content creator, you got to be your own manager, your own agent, your own merch person. Now you're gonna have to own your own venue. Shit, matter of fact, if I'm Beyonce, I'm like, you know what? I think a big artist like that should just buy, like Beyonce from Houston, buy a field, buy like a 10-acre plot of land, just a plot of land, and then do a bubble. So you only have your concert in Houston, and it's a festival once a year. You own the land, you own the bubble, you own all the food, you own all the fucking parking, and you call it a day. But I think once they get them so deep on the treadmill, it's impossible to get off, man. It's impossible to get off. This has been you know what? I think today has been one of my greatest podcasts. I really do. I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving the energy. And listen, y'all make sure y'all get those tickets. I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. This weekend at Duckworth's Comedy Club. Please make sure y'all get them tickets. Pull up on your boy. We're going to do a full sellout. We're going to do a full sellout. Okay? That's what we're looking at. So if y'all can't make it, tell a friend to pull up on your boy, because this what we do up in here. You feel me, big bro? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So y'all pull up on me for real, man. This has been great. And one more thing I wanted to cover too. I don't know if y'all saw the whole Dame Dash Charlemagne thing, because you know Dame going through it. Nobody could ever make me hate Dame Dash. I could never hate Dame Dash. Even though I know, you know, you look at the antics or you look at him going in on people or whatever he does. But I think it's the sense of, for him to build Rockefeller, and, you know, for him to build Rockefeller, we got us a Jay-Z, which got us a Kanye, which, you know, the Memphis Bleaks and all these people, the Rihanna, Kanye, Rihanna, all the children of Dame Dash. I think you need that type of personality, and you have to be in a state of delusion to even build something like that. Right? So like, I think on the artist's journey, the biggest artists are delusional. You have to have like an unwavering self-belief. Like you have to be kind of crazy. Right? And I believe if you believe that hard in yourself, you will make shit happen. So yeah, even though he having financial difficulties or whatever, I can't never hate the guy. You know what I mean? Because he is a guy that put his money up, sacrificed everything. You see Jay-Z, who couldn't get a deal. This is homie, couldn't get a deal. They formed their own company during the time where Bad Boy was ruling, where there wasn't no internet and all this shit, where they just went straight grassroots, built their own company, spread it that out to vodka, to, you know, like vodka, to shoes and clothing, and everything. They're signing other artists. And then even when you look at it, I don't even think Dame took their publishing, which is another thing. Like, so I could never hate this guy. I have like a very high level of respect for him, no matter how he do, because the history that he's made. Because if you remove Dame from the history of hip hop, it's gonna be a big chunk of shit missing, right? So if we take Dame out, right, we never get a Jay-Z more than likely, right? Which never gives us a Kanye, which never gives us a Rihanna. And then when you go even deeper into that, if we have no Kanye, you have, let me get deep with y'all. You have no fear of God. There's no Jerry Lorenzo. Okay. You have no Virgil Abloh. That's no Off-White. That's not there. That doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? So, and then that trickles all the way down. So like pulling him out, it's a big gaping hole of literally what we're missing. Them boys were superstars. And I hope that, Dame can rebound or recoup or something, like, you know what I mean? Because it's just wow. And it seems like they could work together, because it seems like I said, with that deal, with what Live Nation does, when you think about it, that's ridiculous. So we thinking like, yeah, these people are winning and shit, but they're not. They're out there working like you work a job. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like the ideal dream job to be out there touring and shit, but man, that's a lot of pressure. Cause like right now, I'm caught, comedy clubs send me my numbers. I'm looking at my number because it's just me. I ain't made no whole lot of noise. But it's just like, damn, the tickets ain't moving. They're not selling. So when these artists are looking at their books and the shit ain't selling, they gonna have to do another date to make up for every time that show does not sell out. Which is insane, bro. This shit is cold, bro. Like, it's really cold. Did I pull up Twitter? Okay, let me go back to Twitter. Look up Dame Dash. We can look that up. Mm-hmm. Let me take a look at this. Let's check this out with Dame. We're going to check this out with Dame and Charlemagne. All right. We got it on main stereo. Did y'all hear that? Let me make sure y'all hear that. Did y'all hear that? We're doing a check. Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Hey, Drake, you saying no? Y'all can't hear it. Hold on. All right. Okay.
No, you're not like.
Yeah, like Charlemagne gonna get you. Charlemagne diabolical with it. When I think of Dame, I just see a man, an eccentric man, a man, you know what I mean? He spent his money, he was popping his shit. But I think more so than anything, he hurt. Right. And I think it's just a clash with Jay-Z and Dame, just maybe a clash of egos and shit, and just pride and all that. Right. But I know it's hurt, like, because that was his man's, right? That was his best friend. And they was up and down. You know, Dame was probably up with the money, talking this shit or whatever, and they, you know, they fell out. They went their separate ways. But it's just sad. But I do understand, you know, like he's turning up probably strategically because he want to get that algorithm talking about him. So he is hurt, but he, you know, he turning up. He want to get that algorithm talking about him. Maybe he'll put out a product or some shit like that. I really don't know, but I do wish him the best because we need to understand that the entertainment business is a nasty. This shit is nasty. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It's nasty. Like I got into stand-up comedy because it was just something I love to do, and it's a gift from God. Like I feel really blessed to go and talk to people. It'd be healing and, you know, just making people laugh. It's dope. But behind the scenes, man, just the whole entertainment thing, it has all of the 7 sins from lust to envy to glutton. It just has everything, right? And that just comes with the package. And even in being an artist and being on the journey, you have to learn how to kind of remove emotion from a lot of shit, right? You have to remove emotion. You just have to, or you're going to get hurt. You know, you can never go against the person. And we try, you want to look at this rather even. And I know Dame down. Okay, cool. He went through bankruptcy, lawsuit, but you can't take away the impact he's had on the business, right? But in the entertainment game, the public and the people will typically side with the person that is more famous, more popular, and the person that has more resources. They will always side with that person. It does not matter. The majority of the consumer, of the fans are going to side with that person. So strategically speaking, you have to remove emotion and you can't react, right? So I'm wondering if Dame removed the emotion and never react, never responded to any Jay-Z questions and just kind of move different. And even though he is hurt and he does feel something, rightfully so, because at the end of the day, we're human. But you have to have a high enough emotional IQ, right? Like not to respond. So, and I get it. He doesn't talk about Jay-Z. People ask him questions. But it's like when the people ask a question, you go, who are you talking about? Like he should like just switch that shit. Who you talking about? Never heard of the guy. And then just say something off the wall. Did you know that Bugs Bunny actually chases after Elmer Fudd? Isn't that crazy? Like, you know, it's crazy. You can't. Like, that's even with the Young Thug thing, bro. That's all emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I listen to those tapes with Thug talking, and I feel like, you know, he's hurt. I feel like he probably did look out for people and shit, but emotionally he's hurt. Them was his homies. He feels betrayed, but that's the part of this shit. Like when you mix the emotions in this shit, man, it'll mess you up, bro. You gotta find your girl or somebody to talk to, a close family member, because you have to remove that. Because as a public persona, everything you doing is fucking with the brand. You know what I mean? How you moving. You see what I'm saying? So even with the Gunna thing, and I think one of the things like with Young Thug that really hurt him the most, I know Gunna betrayed him, or he feels betrayed. I'm not gonna say betrayed. He feels betrayed by Gunna, but I think what hurt the most is the success that Gunna had after the rat allegations. Like nobody gives a fuck. So, you know, it's a learning thing, man. Like had he not been emotional, Thug would have saw that Gunna, listen, however I feel about him. Now this is where you remove emotion. Yeah, this is fucked up, but I'm gonna have to get over it. I'm gonna have to check myself, because at the end of the day, Gunna's my biggest asset. So we're gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to denounce street culture and all this street shit and just move on with my life. Because like right now, when I'm looking at Thug, he damn near would have been better off getting the Rico. When you think about it, right? Because he got out and spazzed out and shit. And it's like, you have to remove the emotion, bro. And the only person that can bounce back from this shit, like who's made a muscle out of that, like a lot of like controversial shit and the polarization, is Kanye. Kanye will come out and give your ass that work, like musically, because he's a genius. He's a high functioning, high level genius. A lot of people try to do what he do, but they just can't. They cannot. So, well, guys, this has been great. What a great time. I'm about to get out of here, man. Listen, I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to be there this weekend. Tickets are moving. I just got the update. We are moving these tickets. So it's love. We're going to have a good time. And I love all y'all, man. And thank y'all, man, for the support. Shout out to everybody that's been following me. And to my people on Facebook, I know sometimes I'm going to piss y'all off. I might say something. And then sometimes it make you happy. But I love all of y'all all the same. And I cannot do this without you guys. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man. This has been another episode of LeVar Walker Show podcast. I'm definitely going to do these earlier because I feel energetic. I feel the energy. And now that I know how to do my sound on Twitter, y'all will be seeing more of me, man. So thank you, LaTanya Phillips, for pulling in. Good night. God bless. I'm out of here. Y'all be good.